Welcome to another Breachers Champion League Alpha Scrim. I'm starting the recording just a little bit late, so we're going to go ahead and jump into the gameplay. Tonight we have the Rebel versus Grimtide. We're in the first round on Factory, so let's go ahead and jump in and see what's going on. Looks like we have a third floor bomb site, and our enforcers are in the south. That's not the south, that's the west. Is that the west? I'm not sure. It's the north! 2 out of 3 were wrong, so that is bad. Never mind. Alright, Omega breaching into Orange Hallway on the 3rd floor. Got a couple revolters there on the locker room. Omega gonna run into a tripwire if they're not careful. There's Reaper coming up behind them. And the tripwire connects. Kirby or maybe Featherwith putting some hits onto Omega as well. Reaper swapping out and taking the lead on this push now. Let's move over and check in with Footlong. Coming over on another part of their approach. Oh, it looks like Footlong's just holding the rear behind, making sure no one pops out on this. Cux takes out Omega in the Orange Hallway, and also Reaper on a swing. I was saying that Footlong and Spartan, Florida, it looks like, are both up here watching to make sure no one comes over to this window. Cux just peeked and come out onto... Who even got that? Featherwith shoots. That was Footlong through the hatch. Spartan, Florida making the risky decision. No, they're not peeking, they're just coming to pick up the weapon. Get a little more ammo. Oh, and now they are peeking. But it appears as though all of Rebel have rotated away. Also appears I have my team names backwards on the scoreboard. We can fix that. Rebel with a really strong showing so far with a 5v1 at this point. Cux bringing in a couple kills. I'm sorry to say I missed the other two. Featherwith, I think. Spartan, Florida taking out Cux from upstairs. I think Featherwith was the one that took out Footlong through the hatch there. As Nightmed gets the kill onto Spartan, Florida upstairs on the roof through this balcony window. So, give me just a second to update my scoreboard and get this all caught up. Well, I wasn't able to get the scoreboard fixed in time. We're going into a first floor bomb site. We've got Spartan, Florida and Don Chico entering the orange stairwell up on the 3rd floor. We've also got the other 3 members of Grimtide down on the south balcony. Let's check in. Footlong, Omega, Chico. I need a better option. Excuse me. We've got Reaper, Footlong, and Omega out here on the 3rd floor balcony trying to decide how they're going to push in. Spartan, Florida is up on that 3rd floor as Don Chico is pushing slowly down the orange stair. Let's catch up with Don Chico. I'm sorry, it's a 2nd floor bomb site, not a 1st floor. Don Chico knocking a lot and does eventually destroy the door blocker by knocking on it. Looks like we've got Reaper taking shots through the breach wall. I don't know if either of Grimtide know that Ryston is there on the stairwell. And Ryston takes out Don Chico in the back and backs off before Reaper is able to peek in for the refrag. Doesn't look like Reaper's coming back down. Nope, there they are. And Reaper is also going to go down to Ryston with the Cadillo there on the orange stairwell. In the back, Cux takes out Omega. Ryston goes down to Spartan, Florida, as well as Cux going down to Footlong. I think Spartan, Florida is upstairs here, and Footlong is coming in through the Bravo site. They're over here in the garage, walking on the railing. I've seen people walking on this yellow little eye-bar there, but I don't know that I had seen anyone on the railing up here where Footlong is. That's clever. There's a 3v2 in Rebel's favor. Spartan, Florida trading shots with Kirby Dog. Now poking through the breach wall, punching in. Featherwith goes down to Footlong. Night Mid taking shots from Spartan, Florida. Also does a good deal of damage on Spartan, Florida. The third Revolter went down and I missed it. I think they went down to Spartan, Florida on that push-in. Night Mid gonna get shots onto Spartan, Florida, leaving it as a 1v1 with Footlong over here still by the garage. They need to push in. I did not know that wall was breached. I was going to say they need to push in, but they had an excellent line watching the cross from connector, the data room, into the kitchen where the plant was. For another little moment, I'm going to go back to messing with my stupid scoreboard. As the bias phase wides down, it looks like we are in. We get over to a Revolter, and we'll jump back. We're in a third floor bomb site. Sounds like there's maybe a drone out here coming in from Orange Stair. Yes, there is. Revolters are going to hear that as John Checo pushes up behind it. He's going to encounter a lot of resistance. Featherwith takes down the drone. Cux gets Footlong over here somewhere by Blue Stair, maybe? Spartan gets the refrag onto Cux. Oh, and it looks like Omega went down. I'm sorry I missed that. I was looking around at things. Featherwith has lost a lot of life. We've got Omega, I guess. Oh, Don Checo was on that push over there. Omega is coming in through blue stairwell to vending. It's a 4v3. Who went down? Cux went down, Don Checo, and Footlong. I'm not sure where Footlong died. We've got one Enforcer up on the roof, Omega here, and Spartan, Florida coming in onto the third floor balcony. Spartan, Florida will break in through the vending window, bringing a rotation out of Ryston. I think Night Mid probably heard that and called it out. Omega gonna knock on the door blocker. We found out last round that you can destroy a door blocker just by knocking on it. That was news to me. Ryston taking shots out just as the door blocker comes down. He's not going to connect. I'm not sure if Omega took that bite out of Ryston, as they do get the kill onto Night Mid, or if Ryston had already had that damage. Kirby Dog over on Bravo site holding it down as Ryston and Featherwith trade shots with Omega and Spartan, Florida. Spartan taking a health, Featherwith very low. Featherwith peeking over that lab door as Kirby takes the swing and picks up Reaper. I think that was probably through the hatch. Spartan Florida picking the pick on Ryston as Featherwith had gotten Omega. Kirby Dog gets a distracted Spartan Florida with 2 Revolters still alive. Giving us a 2-1 score now. And the scoreboard is back to kind of functional. 2-1 score. As when we jump back in, we will be on, it looks like, a first floor bomb site with an east spawn. Or south spawn, excuse me. We've got a lot of enforcers going up to the 3rd floor balcony. Looking at the scoreboard, we've got Spartan Florida and Cucks on both teams leading the way with 5 kills apiece. But there is a fair amount of work being done by both teams, and as I like to remind everyone, kills are not everything. The buy phase is winding down, so let's jump back in. Jump in with an enforcer and watch their approach from the 3rd floor. We've got all 5 of the enforcers up here breaking into Blue Stair from the 3rd floor. They are not going to encounter anyone for a while, as all 5 of our Revolters are down on the 1st floor at the bomb site, staying in pretty tight, actually. Looks like Reaper may be electing to go on a flank, as we've got the remaining 4 splitting into a 2-2 split, with 2 going into the museum and 2 coming into the lobby, where Cucks will mace off the Spartan Florida and take a lot of damage, not landing any shots in return. Also triggering a large rotation from the remaining Grimtide. We've now got 4 members in the lobby as Footlong does rotate back up to the 2nd floor to provide support to Reaper. Let's check in with Omega pushing in on the Alpha site, Orange Hallway. Cucks rotating back. They did get a health. I think that's Cucks and maybe Don Chaco trading shots through the breach wall. Cucks up on the little power box here. And Cucks will get the kill onto Omega, but they will go down to Footlong facing off against Footlong and Spartan Florida. That was a tall order for Cucks, bringing us to a 4v4. Footlong has received a lot of damage. That frag's going to take out the door blocker. Nice toss. As Featherwith and Spartan Florida encounter each other, also taking some shots through that entryway in the Orange Hallway. Spartan Florida going to get the kill on Night Mid as they're peeking around the corner. Grimtide staying pretty close even as they have a split approach. I like this. It's easy for them to back each other up, but they're also still distracting their enemies. And just as I say that, Reaper and Don Chaco go on a long flank through the garage. Looks like Don Chaco's going to be breaching that wall back there into the Alpha site. Footlong is in need of some health, as they do get the kill onto Kirby Dog. Featheroth getting the kill onto Don Chaco in the connector. Footlong getting the cap in to freeze the clock. This is wise. Now they will, I imagine, do a little bit of defending and a little bit of hunting as Spartan Florida gets the shots onto Featherwith from A site into the connector. Nice angle. It's a 3v1 in Grimtide's favor. Ryston taking their time, gathering some information. Let's ride along with Ryston, as they will have to push this defuse eventually. Okay. Ryston goes down to football. Evening our score up at 2v2 and taking us to a third floor bomb site for our 5th round. It appears that our enforcers got an east spawn. They're going to be pushing all 5 of them, or most of them, pushing up to the 3rd floor balcony. The buy phase is coming to a close. Let's jump in and see how they run this round. We've got 3 of them up on the balcony, Reaper on the wall, Omega still down outside the lobby. There are no revolters preset in vending hallway, though we do have one watching generator window, which they are not going to find any contact to begin. Don Chaco takes out he pops the vending hallway window. I think that might have been Footlong popped the blue stairway window. They both make their way in, still finding no resistance from the enforcers. And we have a proxy sensor out by the water tank, water cooler, and a drone coming out. I think that's from Don Chaco. Ryston, hearing the drone, rotates towards the door. Cux is going to get the door right as they blow the breach wall. Everyone's tucked in, though, so there's no shots coming out from the breach, as Nightmid does get Omega on the first peek, taking us to a 5v4. Footlong rotating around to the door. That frag could be really bad. Cooks goes down to Footlong. That frag is apparently not armed. Footlong gets putting the plant in. Ryston putting shots out, does not get a kill. Featherith, I believe, is making a rotate behind. They're going to encounter Footlong, who's ready for him. Kirby Dog taking some shots out at Don Chaco, maybe, but Don Chaco's going to get Nightmid, and Ryston will also go down. Frag in, will not find anyone, as Kirby Dog is the last remaining enforcer. Revolter. Let's ride along with them against 4 enforcers. Oh, shots coming in through the door from Footlong. It's got Don Chaco peeking in through the breach wall. Reaper and Spartan Florida were not going to be coming into view with where Kirby Dog was, but he does go down to end the round and give the enforcers a 3-2 lead. As we go into the 6th and final round of the first half. Expect to see a lot of utility on this round. The last round you always have a lot of utility because you can't take it with you. So anyone with any money left will likely be spending it. We'll be on a 2nd floor bomb site with our enforcers making their early approach to the garage wall. It looks like they are once again electing to go up to the 3rd floor balcony. Looks like, yeah, we got all 5 of them coming up here and coming over on the west wall and splitting up over there. Let's jump back in as the buy phase comes to a close. Oh, they all went up the stairs and then went back down. I'm curious about that. Looks like Ryston is going to go upstairs in orange stairwell. Don Chaco is going to break the door into orange hallway. The other 3 coming in, orange warehouse. The other 4 coming in to orange hallway at the base of orange stair on the 1st floor, and a drone comes up. Drone is going to come under the door blocker into the kitchen, where Kirby Dog's going to shoot it down right away from behind the bomb. Not going to get a lot of information, but they will know where one is. Got a breach wall going out. Ryston going to take a pick on Spartan, Florida. I think Spartan was in the window, maybe? Cuck's taking a lot of damage, but Kirby Dog is going to go down behind the bomb. Kirby Dog was the one they knew about. Cuck's going to get the headshot onto Don Chico at the top of Orange Stair. Cuck's also going to get the shots onto Footlong. Cuck's putting in some serious work coming down Orange Staircase. Omega does finally get the refrag onto Cucks as Featherist gets Omega and Reaper gets Featherist. Every peak got a refrag right there. We're now down to a 2v1 with a minute and a half left as Reaper is at the base of Orange Stair. Let's jump in with Reaper. We've got Ryson and Nightmare up at the top, both eager to peek. We're going to pick up shots onto Nightmare. Ryson wisely backs off a little but still stays close. They're not peeking, but they're ready for the pop if Reaper does make that peek. Let's see what Reaper sees. I do like this, the animation when you're not going through a wall. The animation from third person to first person looks pretty slick. Nicely done, Triangle Factory. Where did Ryston back off to? Ryston's going around to check. Not to check, they're just waiting a good distance away to see if that head pops up. Reminder, let me see, the door blocker did go down. I'm not sure if they had door blocker this round, but Ryston, if they're placed right, will have an angle whichever way. Could have an angle, I should say. I'm not actually allowed to say that. There's a pretty big blind spot in there. Oh, but Reaper's going to get the quick headshot, taking us to a 4-2 and a nice little momentum swing in Grimtide's favor going into the half. Nicely done, Reaper, to get those final kills. So we'll get a side swap now. The Grimtide will now be on the Revolter side, and Rebel will now be on the Enforcer side. It also means we're going to get a pistol round. Everybody loves a pistol round. For our pistol round this time, we're going to be on a third floor bomb site, and it looks like we're going to have most of our enforcers for Rebel electing to come up to the south balcony. And with the biphase winding down, let's jump back in. Got Ryston and Night Mid and Featherwith all out here right outside vending machine window. Cucks is over at the blue stair window. Cucks jumps straight in. Oh, get to the inside. There we go. Cucks is on the inside. A lot of shots coming in. I think that's mostly just pre-fire as there are no revolters peeking this vending hallway. Although Footlong is now rotating around, Cucks is about to encounter a tripwire, but I don't know if they saw it and rotated or if they just got lucky. They did not run into it, taking shots from Don Chico back here in the long angle into the vending machines. As Kirby Dog, was not ready for that. Kirby Dog pops in from the hatch and takes out Don Chico. Ryston peeking into Alpha Site is going to get Footlong. It's now a 3v5 in favor of 3v4. Reaper gets Nightmare, Reaper gets Spartan gets Kirby Dog. Reaper had another kill in there out in vending machine hallway. And we're taking us a 2v1 swing to a 3v2 in favor of the Revolters. Then we had a 1-for-1 trade as Cucks goes down on Bravo site, Alpha site. And we lost another one here in the lab. Omega. Oh, Reaper and Featherwith out here in the vending machine hallway for the final kill. Bringing our total score now 5-2 in favor of Grimtide. When we come back in for the 8th round, we'll have a second floor bomb site. And we have most of our enforcers here on the north wall. But as the biphase winds down, let's jump back into it and see how Rebel will play their second offensive round. Looks like Cucks and Kirby Dog are going to challenge this orange warehouse entry. Ryston going up into the orange stairwell window. Spartan Florida is going to be up here above them and waiting. I think that was just a little pre-fire. Featherwith gets in. Featherwith is going to get the pick on Spartan Florida. There was another pick, 2 picks actually, as it's a 4v3 in favor of the enforcers, who are largely above the bomb on the 3rd floor. We do have that hatch on the alpha site blown. I might be seeing a grenade coming in, or a drone perhaps. I just heard a trigger go. Cuck's going down to, Cuck's going to get Omega, but go down to Footlong on the refrag. Footlong behind the alpha site bomb there. Ryston is unable to get the shots onto Footlong. Footlong does finally go down to Featherwith. Footlong not rotating after getting into 2 firefights allowed Featherwith to know exactly where they were, leaving just Reaper over here. I think Reaper's in the copy room. Oh, they're still in data center. Kirby Dog over in the table room. Where is Featherwith? Still approaching from the orange stairwell kitchen side. Reaper just waiting to see. They know that they had one over there, and now Kirby Dog is making some noise, so they're probably... Oh, I'm not really sure what they're doing. They do appear to be keeping a lot of their attention on this alpha side. As Featherwith does take some shots, but Kirby Dog going to get the kill on the push in from Bravo side. Giving us another point to Rebel, and giving us 5-3 overall. Coming back in for the 9th round, we have a first floor bomb. Cuts coming out to the orange warehouse, Featherwith and... Who is that? Featherwith and Nightmare up on the bathroom balcony. Nightmare going to push into War Room and into Garage. They're going to encounter Spartan Florida soon. Oh, but they are going to get a pick on Reaper. I didn't even know Reaper was over there yet. As Ryston does hop in from the Garage hatch. Got Footlong over on the far side of the 2nd floor near the museum, going down the museum hatch. Footlong has the EMP. Let's check in with them. And they also have a drone. No, that's not Footlong. Footlong's on defense. I'm sorry, guys. Kirby Dog. Kirby Dog has the EMP. Let's see what Kirby's doing. Kirby is approaching Alpha Site from the garage, or maybe it was the lobby, but it's this little ante-room to the lobby, to Alpha Site. It is now a 5v4 in Rebel's favor, as we do have, I think that was an A hatch breach? No, it was Bravo site wall, probably. Yep, Bravo site wall from the orange warehouse. Kirby Dog gets the pick on to Footlong, rotating back into Alpha side. Shots coming out from Omega. Omega's going to kill Ryston coming in. Featherith pops in from the orange warehouse and gets Omega. Oh, I'm losing everybody. Doncheco gets Featherith. Cux gets Spartan Florida. It's now a 3v1 for the Enforcers. Alpha site is wide open. Doncheco does take out Kirby Dog through the breach wall. Doncheco also gets Cux rotating through the connector. It's now a 1v1, and Nightmid does not have the EMP. Let's ride along with Nightmid, see what they see. Nightmid takes shots on the dead body, going to give away which side of the door they're on to Doncheco. Doncheco looking over the boxes, I guess not looking over the boxes, can't see as... Oh, and there they swing and do get the pick onto Nightmid. Good kill for Doncheco. Taking us to a 6-3 total score and a potential map point for Grimtide. We come back in for the 10th round. We will have a second floor bomb site. Got a couple enforcers over at Orange Warehouse again. We've got some more going up to... One's going to bathroom balcony. The other looks like they might be going to the 3rd floor balcony. I've lost our 5th enforcer, but as the buy phase winds down, let's swap back over. Got Ryston with the EMP over here coming in through the generator window, it looks like. Taking their time. Let's go ahead and swap over. It looks like Cux and Featherith are making a more aggressive approach here on Alpha site. Omega up on the little garbage area. Featherith. Oh, Cux and Ryston go down to Doncheco and Footlong up on the 3rd floor. Let's jump up there. Kirby Dog going to get the refrag onto Doncheco. Footlong gets the retag onto Kirby Dog. It is now a 4v2 in Grimtide's favor. Omega takes a lot of damage from Featherith, but somebody probably puts a lot of damage back in. They're both near to dying. We've got, who is this? Nightmid coming in. Oh, and the rotation from Footlong gonna take out Featherith. Nicely done. Footlong also gonna pick Nightmid in the orange stair window to finish the map. 7-3 is our final score for Grimtide and Rebel. Nicely done all. Let's get the scoreboard updated. 7-3. So, 7-3 total score. The server is shutting down, so unfortunately that's going to be the end of this recording. We may be getting another map out of these two teams. If we do, I'll try and catch them. If not, you won't know about it because it won't be on camera. My name's been Bob the Gamer. This has been an alpha test of the Breachers Champion League. Join the Discord, link in description. Thank you all of our players for playing, and thank you all of our viewers for viewing. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.